Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. Eric, what happened last time?
A big old fight between friends. Ari turned into a bat, tried to fly away. Esri jumped off the ship. Shade jumped off the ship. Collectively, they got Ari back on the ship along with the help of Pog pulling them back up. And then a fight started. Lots of dice rolling, not a lot of role playing. Ari got. Pog's echo picked up the sword, turned into an elf vampire ghost, and tried to run away. Pog killed it, and Esri put his cloak over the sword, and that's where we're at.
Indeed so.
And Ari's awake again, thanks to Shade's healing. But yeah, that's where we are.
So, seeing that the fight seems to have ended, Malcolm comes out of the helm.
Hey.
All right.
Sorry, again.
Someone explain to me what's happening and why I shouldn't just dump you all off my ship right now.
I feel like I can
Not
feel
yet.
this one if that's
Ari,
okay with everyone.
I don't know.
Convince me you're you.
I don't want to pick up the sword. I don't want to go to Farlman. I would like to go home to Stormreach and never leave that place again.
That does it for me.
Insight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, insight, of course.
Sure, why not?
Shade gives him the eyes.
Dirty 20 for me.
Do I need to roll persuasion, Philip?
I feel like with a 20,
15.
you are capable of telling that Ari is behaving more himself. Ari does not look ensorcelled anymore.
Okay, in which case I'm gonna
Also, you wanted to kill me. You're a jerk.
cast a healing spirit where he is.
Okay.
Listen, I'm fried literally from the sun. So I can't move so Ari's sitting. Like I can't move right now. But
Do
I
you
would
want
love
me
to
to
explain to
help
Malcolm why
you?
not. I would love to not get dumped off the ship by Malcolm. So it's okay with
true.
everyone to explain what happened. That'd be great. Esri, we cool?
I'm listening, but only
Okay.
for a moment more.
No, that's fine. I picked up the sword, and the sword's intelligent, has some kind of malevolent spirit in it that took over my mental faculties and had one mission, which was to get to Farlman. Gave me all the abilities to become a vampire, which I was a vampire, I guess. And I charmed you to try and get you to take us to Farlman. I don't want to do that anymore. I would love for you to take us back to Stormreach. And as long as nobody touches that sword, we won't have any problems in this same capacity. So yeah, that's where we're at, and I have a plan to deal with the sword, but you don't need to worry about anything more happening, Malcolm. And I'm once again extremely sorry for the whole charming thing and the fight breaking out on the deck of your ship. That's also my bad. Well, I was charmed once again by the previous wielder of the sword. So yeah, I know this is more than you signed up for, and I would love for us to go home and end this current voyage.
Make a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
While you're saying that, a little mushroom with legs that's really just a whole bunch of spores that look like a mushroom with legs, like Quest, come and sit in your lap. And you regain 50 hit points over the minute.
50? Well, I meant max. Max of my half. And I'm going to 15. I feel like I need to push that because Malcolm really doesn't like us, so I'm going to push that. Oh, I didn't roll disadvantage. 22, natural 1.
Oof.
So what was your best option here?
do I get to include the previous rolls or just the
Did you push?
last roll? Yes, I pushed.
Yeah, then you get to pick.
Okay, 15.
15. All right, well, here's the rules then. I'm going to go ahead and continue to worry about things happening on my ship,
That's fair.
whether you think I have to or not. Before anyone does anything regarding that sword, it's going to be explained to me and have my sanction to do it.
Fair.
Otherwise, I would like you all to remain below deck.
Me too.
I need help getting there. I can't walk right now.
Fine,
but-
somebody move him below deck.
I got it.
Pog will go and pick up.
I have.
You are also responsible for her. And he points at Mina,
Oh.
who's been taking cover behind a coil of rope during the combat encounter.
Hey, Mina.
Shade, I'll get Ari if you want to bring her down.
I will invite her down. I'm not going to force that. She doesn't like us.
Ari, what is the plan with the sword? Because I'm not just leaving it up here.
It sounds like it's either that or get kicked off the boat, Ezri.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to take that.
When y'all pitch
my-
me an idea on how to move the sword, I'm fine, but
Um, man, I don't have any form of telekinesis. For all my flavor, I don't actually have any way of doing anything.
no mage hand.
Oh, wait. How do I not have Mage Hand? Wow.
I don't know. Choices, man.
I probably had it for a while, and then I hit one of my points where I could change spells. Like, I never use that. Okay. Here's my pitch for the sword. That thing is objectively evil. Capital E, evil. Bad thing to have in this world. Having wielded it and experienced the thing that's in there, I don't like the idea of handing it off to anybody, is where I'm landing right now. Especially people that we don't trust, and I don't trust Mirabella or the Emerald Claw. I can I can give it to someone else much more powerful than us, and if they want it, they can go take it up with him. And Ari manifests remembrance. If I draw a circle around an object with this, it gets sent to his collection. And then he'll forget about it.
You know that's not acceptable to me, Ari.
It's
Not
not acceptable
yet.
for me to give it to anybody, Ezri. Never. That thing is evil. That thing is powerful. That thing made me want to kill all of you. That thing made me want to go do something bad on the island of Farlnan. I didn't
Anyone's
actually harm
Got a
anyone.
box. I can put it in a box.
I'll look at Malcolm. Fresh out of boxes in my.
For first week at Morgrave University, everyone learns the mage hand cantrip.
Thank you,
It's
Mina.
the most elementary of wizardly powers.
Yep. Thank you, Mina. Literally kicking me while I'm
Malcolm.
down. It's fine.
Literally.
Malcolm walks down into the hold and comes back with a box. Well, that seems all right to me. And Mina stretches out her hand, and the sword lifts, and she drops it into the crate. Fine.
Yeah, I have.
Now, everyone below deck, and I'm going to get us out of here.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I will pick up Ari.
So you all go down below deck. Mina goes below deck and goes as far aft as possible before finding a bunk. Sam is under the pile of rags and blankets at one end, and you feel the ship get underway. So you have a 3-day journey to Stormreach.
That we can't go outside for.
Accurate.
Fair.
Hey, sorry, everyone. Obviously wasn't myself, but that doesn't excuse anything. So
How long were you not yourself?
the second I picked up the sword when Lucan fell.
I'm just glad you didn't kill anybody. At least there's that.
Well, I didn't kill any of you. I had the compulsion to feed. And I don't know if he died, but after we sent that message to Thora, I went hunting in the city. And yeah.
Did you get
So.
his name?
No. Didn't ask his name. Just
Wondering if it was someone I
yeah.
know.
duped him into taking me to his house and did it there.
So when you asked me if I wanted to go
Um,
with you to get drinks, that
That yeah, that was a lie. I was reasonably sure that you weren't going to come with me, and if you did, I was just going to lose you in the streets, find a crowd, walk through, duck into an alley. It wasn't me, but it's weird because like I was still me, like I knew everything that I know, but my priorities changed and my morality shifted. Like the only thing that mattered was getting to Farlden. If that meant leaving you all behind, I don't know. But it changed who I was fundamentally and what I wanted.
Shade looks
and who
at
I was.
Pog and Esri and goes, "Why didn't we notice sooner?"
Ari's always been persuasive. That's just kind of one of his things.
Yeah. So
Also, him going out at night to
Yeah,
get
I mean,
drinks is
I don't know what-
perfectly on brand.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was still I knew my own strengths to where I could use them to try to get to Farlden. And it only really fell apart because we don't have a whole lot of money right now.
Why did it want to go there
Thankfully.
specifically?
And I didn't get any specific instructions. Like, it just... The only thing that mattered to me was getting the sword to that island. The only thing that mattered.
So, Arandis being there, you don't actually know that.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's tied directly to this Arandis person. I don't know if it's directly tied to Mirabella. Maybe those people just want to use the sword for whatever plans they have. All I'm trying to say is that anybody that wants to use this sword is somebody that I don't want to have this sword.
We don't know that they want to use it. We know that they want to have it.
Why do you want to give it to them?
I don't necessarily...
Why does this matter so much?
I don't necessarily want to give it to them. It's just... It is my only option if I want to meet her. The only option
Why do
I
you
know
want
I
to
have.
meet her?
She's the last person before me to have my mark. And she's still here.
So?
I thought I had people. I thought we all had aberrant marks and we were figuring that out together. But that's not true. I don't have an aberrant mark. I have something else. And there's no one else.
Ezri, respectfully, you've never sounded dumber. You have us. You've always had us. You've never been able to get rid of us in spite of your best efforts.
Oh, please, I've never tried.
We're here. We're your people. We will always be your people. Why do you think we're here? I don't care about some lady in the Lazar Principalities that happens to have the same mark as you. Just like I wouldn't care about some Wangrod that's sending me on crazy missions all over the world, getting my friends potentially killed because I have the same mark as them. What does it matter? I had my whole heritage ripped away from me by him. And I hold solace in knowing that I still have all of you. I'm not a Korvar anymore, but I'm one of whatever we are.
She sent me back, Ari.
Strike Force.
Didn't sign off on that. Sorry, what was that, Ari?
She sent me back. I'm not here now without her. And she said to trust Mirabella.
Maybe she brought you back with ill intent. Maybe she brought you back to do something that you wouldn't actually want to do, but she knows that you are beholden to her because she brought you back. But you don't owe her anything now. You're back. You're your own person. Like, and frankly, and this is just me airing all the laundry right now, we're going to have a conversation later on, don't have to do it right now, about the fact that you were willing to kill me over that sword.
Well, no, it's not as bad as
Yeah,
it sounds.
Over the
that's
promise.
not very cool.
I was going to do everything I could to bring you back. I have.
Well, that just makes me feel so much
I
better.
read a lot.
It doesn't make me feel better.
I've read a lot in the last however long it's been since we've been at the mansion. About really old, weird things. And he told me a lot of really old, weird things, and so I'm pretty sure. So, actually, I'm pretty sure I could make you a new body. And it might, maybe, I don't know this. No one ever mentioned this that I recall. Maybe all the curses that were on you would be no more. And you'd be free of all that. I don't.
So you wanted to kill him to help him.
I mean, listen, there was like a few seconds to figure this out, and he very clearly was cursed, or taken over, something like that. So I honestly thought killing him was the only way we were going to get him away from the sword. The other things were just sort of like how I could fix it afterwards. But
So, point still stands.
it might have failed. I should be honest and say that. There's like a limit on...
Yeah.
But
Ezri.
I would have tried real hard.
You have inspiration for that line. Just
I understand feeling alone in the world. I do. Whole family was killed in front of me. Real rough time. But in spite of that, I found you all in probably the worst circumstance that anybody could hope to find lifelong friends / found family. But I did, and we're here in the city of Sharn arguing over a sword because it's important to you. This sword will literally be the death of us. Was already almost literally the death of me. I can get rid of it. And we can be done and go home.
Everything else aside, I'm feeling real anxious in every way about your method. Because that seems like gambling completely. Maybe I don't understand him very well, but he's capricious. Yes, that's his core personality trait.
I mean,
core
he's
value
also
of
very
his
pet.
corporation.
He's also very, very petty, also, and likes to screw people around. So anybody that really wants this sword, he is going to relish keeping it from them.
But he also does give things and is willing to make deals. And clearly they are too. Set that aside for a second. There's a whole... We've talked about the carrot. There's a whole... I get it. I do. I actually do get it. I'm not stupid. I'm not, at this point, willing to just take the thing and hand it over. I would very much like to have a conversation and try to figure out why they want it. If there's a silver lining here. But that's the carrot. The stick is people who are clearly more powerful than us and more powerful than Thora, potentially, it seems, or at least more numerous, want this thing, know that we were sent to get it. Let's just assume that they know we have it. I don't know if they do or not, but let's assume. And part of the deal for getting this thing was keeping the school safe. We come back without it or actively keep them from having it. What then? We are now, I think, going to war in a different way, but similarly to what we've tried to avoid. Right? Am I not seeing this right?
No, we could potentially make them very angry. We could potentially make the very evil and bad people angry. Like,
With us specifically, with Thora specifically.
Yeah. Esri, I don't want them protecting the school. I don't want them around the school. Like, I don't want to deal with the Emerald Claw. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with them. If we're the only ones here now, if we send the sword to another plane, then most of my understandings about tracking magical and otherwise means they won't be able to track it because it's on another plane of existence. It's with an entity that, boy, if they have somebody on their side that's more powerful than him, then it doesn't matter what we do. Like, we're just going to die. And if it would make everybody feel better about all of this, then I would be willing to have a conversation with him and strike up a deal for him to keep it away from anybody that comes asking for it. I know, Shade. I know. But that's how strongly I feel about all of this. This is all bad and awful, and that sword is the worst thing I've ever encountered. Like, in terms of just malevolent magic.
What if we just throw it over board right now? We don't have to give it to a super powerful being that likes to make deals with you and, you know, is cruel and petty, which seems like a negative and not a positive. And it's
the devil
in the middle of the ocean. It's a big space.
But there's ways that they could track it then, I think. Like, if it's just hidden, they could find it.
I like the idea of another plane. I think it's really dangerous to give it to the Forgotten Prince. And you definitely should not be making more deals with him.
I don't know all forms of magic, of course, but I have been able to find objects in the past, and you've got to be fairly close to...
What about Hirazi?
I would obviously trust her.
It's another
right.
plane.
It might put her in danger. And I think we may have done that already.
I mean, she can just blast him into the past, right? Literally.
She is very powerful. That's true.
Maybe she could just take us back to before we even knew the sword existed. That would be wonderful.
Esri, I understand wanting to find out about your past or where you're from. And if that's what you really want to do, I'm with you on that. I found out about my past and it did nothing. So, you may not like the answers you get. Secondly,
I feel like you're maybe ignoring a pretty significant event in my life from the past recent history. That's probably not to your point, but
secondly, friends don't kill friends. That's just, we have to, that's fundamental, foundational. What is, like, layer 1?
as a general rule, I completely agree. As stated, I was motivated by trying to help him. It was not just getting the sword. That was not it.
Right, but you said you were pretty sure you could resurrect him, not you were sure you could resurrect him.
Yeah, well, it's not. Yeah, it's never. That's not like. Remember when I brought that up to the really rich, powerful person whose home guess it's a home, whose place we were at, throwing a big party for other rich, powerful people, and they were like, yeah, that's not a thing we do here. And because it's hard. So, yeah, it's not like a sure thing. I shouldn't be here. And I know that, right? We all know that dying and coming back more than once is like not really once is really not something people do. So it's not certain, but I can't emphasize this enough. I wasn't like, hey, I want to kill Ari. Ooh, let's do it. He was I don't know. Okay, Ari, maybe I'm wrong. Would you have preferred to be how you were?
Obviously wasn't super stoked to be holding that sword and wanting to go to Farlden to whatever end that I was going to go to. No. Like, but yeah.
Esri, when you told us what we needed to do, we all just did it. And we went for you. Most of us not knowing what we were going to do, just that it was for you. There has not been anything good that has happened with that sword around, and it's been around the only people we think are good. It can't be here anymore. It can't. I will help you fight whoever is mad that it's gone. But I don't want to fight anybody else that has that sword again. Especially if they want to kill us and they're not trying not to.
Dragonhawk did want the sword. I had already grabbed it at that point, so I wasn't willing to make a deal for him to have it, for them to have it, but if we're just looking for people that, if we're looking to get it off our hands, we could always just take audiences with anybody that wants it, but I'm more inclined to get it.
Ari, I just got on your side here. Why are you already going against it?
No, I'm trying to find happy middle grounds, but like my stance is still send it to another plane where it is behind some very secure doors. And not in Miravella's hands. I met her once and did not enjoy it. Do not want to do it again.
I don't think that anyone that wants that sword should have that sword.
I'm just so sick of fighting. I think it's gonna be hell.
I don't think we were ever gonna get heaven.
Good line. Take inspiration.
Thanks, man.
Listen, we have a level of protection in the city through Sel Shadra. If we need more protection, then let's get it from people that we actually want to be protected by. Like, let's start working towards having allies in the city. The gangs, other storm lords, that kind of stuff. That way, at least it's hell on both sides if they come after us. But, Ezri, it's the Emerald Claw, man. They tried to bring a vampire spawn into the city. We stopped it. Like, that, we've heard stories about them. They're not good people. And who knows what they want with the sword. Certainly not to get rid of it so it can't harm anyone.
Is Mina down there with us?
I was just about to say, like, we should talk to Mina.
She's down there. She's all the way at the back of the vessel.
Yeah.
I'll lower my voice, I guess, and say, that brings up something a little more. If we just get rid of this thing and we turned Lucan over in order to keep track of it, I don't know. I'm feeling like we maybe owe him something.
I am more than happy to go have a conversation with the Dragonhawk when we get back to Stormreach and ask what happened to Lucan and if we can facilitate anything. But that is like item 5 on my list of priorities right now. Still, top 10, but certainly not. No, I mean, that girl's life is effectively ruined as of right now. So, best we can hope for is when we get back to Stormreach, we can provide the means for putting the pieces back together. But that is a conversation we can bring Thor in on. I don't want to bring this sword into the school. We have too many curious kittens in that school that will walk up to a box, and then we'll have Pip running around biting people. Don't act like that's the one student that would absolutely see this sort of box and go, ooh!
That's the worst thing that could happen. That's the best argument that Ari has made so far.
We could.
And also, Thor's not going to make this call for us.
We could ask Malcolm to take a detour somewhere random.
We cannot ask Malcolm to do... No, we can't. What? We cannot. He will throw us off this ship.
We can ask Malcolm to take us over some part of the water so that none of us know where we are. Chuck it over. And then he can take whatever route back he wants. And if he lets us, not tell him when we do it, so that none of us know where it is.
I guess, and this isn't me giving hardcore pushback. I'm just asking genuinely, what is the distinction between it just sitting in the ocean where it could be stumbled across by someone and it being on another plane with a force that will keep somebody from just randomly coming upon it? Whether that's Haratsi or him. Because there's things that there are people that live there, in the ocean. Pog's creeped out by him.
Why did we have to bring that up?
Well, do you want one of them to be a vampire?
No, but oh my god.
The sun doesn't shine down there.
Infinite regeneration. I was gonna have to sleep tonight, Ari. I'm never gonna get a rest.
I want to make.
Speaking of which,
I want to make one minor just clarification as the planning goes on. Harazi lives in a very powerful, very potent manifest zone. She is not like
Okay.
you could walk to where Harazi is. She is not
Fair enough.
entirely on another plane.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Forgotten Prince. Anyway, so that's right. There was a third option.
Forgotten Prince, it's a whole thing to get there. Trust me.
Oh yes, Forgotten Prince is very on another plane.
Got to sit through a live stage production of like your worst sins. It's a whole thing. Oh, what would that look like? Ooh. Anyway.
Well, obviously, I'm not impartial here. I will not stop whatever y'all decide.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go lay down somewhere. I don't know. Yeah.
Ari looks at Pog and Shade. I mean, where are you all sitting on this?
Pog looks at Shade and says, I think we send it
Where?
to him.
Like
Ari,
there.
you make no
Yeah.
deals alone.
All right. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. As far as I know, like when I did it with the whipped cream container, I just like drew a circle around it and then it poofs out of existence.
If there are
now, this
deals,
isn't something he asked for, so we'll
not
see how this
alone.
works. But
Shouldn't we, like, try destroying it first? Burn it? Throw it in a volcano?
I don't want to touch it. Like,
Cast it into the fire.
No.
I don't think Malcolm's gonna be willing to take us to a volcano. Unfortunately,
Our options right now are to him or to Stormreach. And it's already too close to Stormreach, I think.
But we're talking about giving a powerfully evil weapon to a, at best, amoral, powerful entity who has, I mean, really done terrible things to Ari.
I mean,
why wouldn't...
yeah.
I mean, Ari, you said that he's so petty he wouldn't let anybody who wants it gets to it. But what if he's so petty that he's like, hey, you didn't even know this was a thing. Wouldn't it be fun if we threw this your way?
See, he's not like, his pettiness is like in a sense of justice. Like, he only did what he did to me because I did something wrong. Now, granted, punishment did not fit the crime.
According to him.
Well, no, I lied to my dad and like took money. Like I did something wrong, like objectively. So, I mean, a slap on the wrist would have been nice instead of the whole everybody forgets me forever thing. And the thing I have going on now was just an exchange of that deal. So he's not, based on my read of him, he's not chaotic in that sense of like, I'm just going to drop this horrible, destructive thing into the world to see what happens. And also, he's got a massive hoard, and there's like a bunch of magic swords there. So even if somebody came looking for it, trying to find a sword in a sword stack.
That doesn't sound easy.
I mean, an intelligent sword.
If you're looking for a specific sword. intelligence sword needs somebody to take it.
I don't know how intelligent
And
swords
he's not-
work. This is my first.
I mean, the biggest benefit to me of sending it to him is he is a Fae. And Fae, like, aren't humanoid. Like, they don't operate the way that we do. They don't have the same... Their minds don't work the same way. So what would be tempting to one of us that an intelligent sword could try to, I don't know, manipulate us with, I don't think would work the same on an Archfey. But that's just my interpretation of them. Whatever omniscient being runs this particular version of this world might have a different reading of how Fae work, but...
It kind of feels like Ezri just made the argument of, I think I could resurrect you. And we were like, that's not a good argument. And now you're making the argument of, I think it won't be that bad. And,
I mean, I hear you. I feel like there's a distinction between killing me and yeeting this sword out of our business.
It's a goblin term. It means to throw a long way.
Yes. Thought Phil was going to give me the opposite of inspiration for using the word.
You have
yeet in his
desperation
name.
for that.
I feel like we have no good choices.
We don't.
And we have
That is
very
true.
little time to make the right bad choice. We should be
That's
better at this by
what
now.
heroes do.
I mean, shit, I just don't want to take it back to the school. Like, I don't want it to be... Malcolm's not going to take us anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
It's friends off with Malcolm.
which is a bummer. He's a cool guy. I'll send him a fruit basket. Maybe that'll make things better.
It will not.
He might really like fruit.
Not
So
that
what are we
much.
going to do with this sword?
Shade. I don't like it either,
Because it literally takes me a minute.
but I don't know any other choice that even could be better. This one might be bad,
Oh,
but all the others I think really are.
sorry, I don't feel like I've effectively communicated. I also absolutely hate this idea. I think it's the best option that we have. Because, yeah, that thing is bad news. Bears.
If we do this, and Ari, I get that this sounds bad saying this to you given the current circumstances. We owe Esri. We agreed to come on this because it gave him answers, and now we're taking that back. And I get it, but
Oh, we still came on this. We still were very much here for
If not,
all of
Right.
this.
if nothing else, if we weren't here, he would have picked up the sword and it would have taken over his mind.
Gross. Gross.
Some of us can make our wisdom saving throws.
some of us can't. We just...
Yeah, I will buy him a fruit basket also. I'll see if I can get a bulk deal on the one for Malcolm. Like, I'll get one for
Did
Ezra.
you meet a fruit guy that I don't know about? Because I love pears,
No.
and I feel like you've been holding out.
That's not right.
Right?
He ate a fruit guy that you didn't know about.
Ooh, rough.
Sorry, baby is
I feel like we're
making
gonna have to do a lot of
adorable
unpacking.
little coos.
I can hear him. He's like growling. It sounds like
He's
over
been
here.
awake. He's been asleep this whole time.
Terrible
He's-
decision we're faced with.
We call them his little dinosaur
He
nose
understands
noises.
the weight of the situation. That's the sword coming back to life inside the crate on us here, guys.
Shade, I agree that there will have to be a lot of unpacking, debriefing, and just of all of this with Ezri. And yeah, if we need to do some kind of make good for getting rid of the sword, that's fine. But
we are his family, and we
Yeah, I
confirmed
agree.
that to him.
Does he know that?
I don't know, and that's why I said, like, he needs to know that because he's giving up
yeah,
answers to his not us family.
yeah. And sometimes families have to step in to keep one of their own from making terrible decisions that will destroy their life. Because that's what families do for each other. We protect each other, even if we don't want it. Same reason I asked you to let me go, Shade, and you wouldn't let me when I had that sword.
Being family is very complicated.
That is true. But I think it's possible to be non-magically cursed by something that drives you to make irrational decisions. And I think that might be where Ezri's at right now. So we take this off the table.
He won't be happy, but he won't be any more alone. We're not going anywhere.
It's true. All right, somebody bring the box over here. Let's do this. And Ari manifests remembrance in his hand.
Just remember that Ari can't move.
I grabbed the box.
I am stuck in this bed. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll grab.
Bring the box to me. I got it.
Ari manifests remembrance and then sticks it in the floor and begins drawing a circle around it. And after 1 minute, completes the circle.
So, as the sword is drawn, it's like Ari is scorching the floor. Little wisps of dark smoke rise from the line as Ari drags the sword around the crate. And at the end of the minute, as the circle connects, the ends of the circle finish, the smoke billows up, surrounds the sword and Malcolm's very best crate, and then dissipates.
That's on him. That's honestly on him.
So y'all didn't go run this by Malcolm first, right?
Dissipates, and the sword is gone. And after a moment, Ari, you hear in your head,
Nope, I said all right. We've moved on to a new topic.
I'm a vampire now.
Puzzle just shows up.
"Oh,
and
that's
fights.
interesting. What's this sword? I'll pick it up." What would even happen?
Nothing good.
The Forgotten Prince would use one of his legendary resistances to automatically succeed on a saving throw.
That's true. After a moment, are you here in your head? Well, that's interesting.
Ari responds in his head. I know it was unexpected, but
But a
I hope you...
good item for the collection. Oh, yes. This is a very good story. I'll count it.
Oh. Well, thank you. Any chance you'd be interested in sharing the story?
Oh, it's... Are you one of those people that reads the last page first? So much better to let stories play out.
Whoa.
And you feel the presence in your head withdraw.
What?
Well, I have good news and cryptic news.
Oh, bad.
I don't know, like, he just remarked that it's an interesting story,
I believe
but
that.
then wouldn't tell me what the story is. And said something about reading the last page. But so it's not necessarily bad, just cryptic. But he did count it is against my 12 items, so 2 out of 12 done. So call that a win.
Good.
Good.
I mean,
He said the last page. Okay, the story's over then. At least there's that.
So Ari telepathically connects to Ezri. It's done. It's gone.
He'll
Pick the perfect time to bring Ari back into the scene.
he'll respond. No, it's just somewhere else.
Ever the optimist.
Over the next 3 days of travel, you all, 3 days later, see Stormreach on the horizon. Ari, you can reduce your level of exhaustion 3 steps. Or 3
Hooray.
long
I will
rests.
also cast Greater
can
Restoration
move.
on him every day, so he can fully recover.
Oh.
Nice. So, you're all the way back.
Huzzah.
And that is where we will pick up next time.
Did you have fun?
Thank you all so much for watching. Did they make the right call? Let us know in comments or
No, they didn't. But
any of our other social media, the links to which you can find down in the description, including our Discord, our Twitter, our Coffee, our the Geek Pantheon, Patreon, and all the other things, including Colin's Twitch channel, where he is sorry BTR. The O is a 0. New episodes of Khyber Shards drop every Monday. New Khyber Shards answers every Friday. Sorry, I forgot where I was in the outro. And until next time, thanks for rolling with us.